Welcome to Wiretapped Truths. I'm Mr. Jesse Perez for all you Wire students out there. I'm joined by my co-host, Mr. Wiretapped Truths, Leland, and Jack Simmons, who also does stand-up comedy. And so if you guys want to check him out on the circuit. And today we got a special guest with us who's been in the field a long time. His IMDb is pages and pages. So his IMDb, a professional actor who was also on The Wire and played Officer Lambert, Mr. Nakia Dillard. Thank you for joining us, Nakia.
Thanks so much for having me, y'all. Thank you.
So, it's funny right off the bat. I just want to say, when I was like YouTubing your scenes and stuff and your names, like we're doing a rewatch, but we're still on season 2 and stuff.
Okay.
And but we've all seen the show like numerous times. But like I was like watching your scenes, and I didn't notice like the scene that you have like when you guys are parallel, like doing a mapping that out on the dirt.
Yeah.
Is parallel to season 1, Omar and the Stick-Up Boys doing the same thing. And I was like, wow, that's like it's just showing like the cops and the Stick-Up Boys same mentality,
Right. Yeah, it was like how they orchestrated the show was just like it was just brilliant, how they just put everything together and showed how each person and also each character, have similar mindsets. Like we're out to get them, they're out to get So yeah, man.
Were you a fan of the show before your role was on, or did you watch it like after season 3 when you were mainly on the show?
Well, I did watch it because young man you guys had on Kamal Bostic Smith is a great friend of mine. I'm sorry, these alarms going off. I was out.
Oh yeah.
Had all these alarms. Make sure I was ready for this show. So I knew Kamal and I were in a theater company, and when he was auditioning for The Wire, I was trying to get on the show. I didn't know what The Wire was, so Kamal actually had a chance to like go in and sit in and do the reading with everybody. He sat at the table with everybody. So he would always come back and tell us, because we were all in the theater troupe. And he's like, yeah, I'm on this show. It's called The Wire. And so I would watch, because I was, Kamal's like my little brother. So I was there to support him. And I just kept watching. And at the time, Kamal and I, the same agent, and so she would submit me, and I literally read for everybody, Marlowe, Slim Charles, it was literally I was back and forth to Baltimore auditioning left and right. So yeah, I was definitely watching the show, and was a fan of the show. So it took me to season 3 to get on, and I was just so proud of Kamal because basically he set the tone for the whole show.
Yeah.
He's a good dude too, man. We had a really, really in-depth interview, just unlocking him. Even though he only had that one scene, it was a phenomenally insightful interview. He was able to give us just about what he does in Philadelphia, the stuff with the youth, stuff that people might not see, even if you search online. Like he was a phenomenal interview, man. He does a lot for the Philly youth, man. So shout out to Omar for sure.
Yeah, he's an amazing talent, and a person that is community based, and we're from the same cloth. We both do a lot of stuff in the community, and we help a lot of up and coming actors. I have an acting school too, and Kamal, we used to work together. before he got married.
Okay.
So his new boss is his wife. She has the school, free to be school. They do great things. So it's all love. I just love seeing his journey, his process. He's trained up a lot of actors in the city.
Mm-hmm.
Are you an acting coach also, Nakia?
I am. Yep. Yeah. So I have a school called Aikan Acts, and it's my name backwards. So it's Nakia backwards. And it's just basically a play on words, being positive, saying I can act. And so Kamal used to coach a lot of my youth. So I was kind of like, I guess you would say I was like the principal. So I would actually find jobs for the actors, so it was kind of like Kamal and I was like I would throw him the ball. He would throw it back, let me know who's doing what. And then I would try to like get them work. So out of like, we've worked with over a few thousand actors that came through and out my acting school. And I would say 90% of them have worked on projects.
Wow. Where is your school based out of, Nakia?
Well, I'm in Philly, but my school is virtual. So we have students all over from LA to Texas, to everywhere, honestly, Maryland, Atlanta.
So how does that work for a virtual student of yours? They apply online and then you all go through their profile and connect with them virtually? How does that work?
Well, yeah, just like that. Like I have a website, they can sign right up. I don't really do a lot of auditioning for the school because I really want them to get the full experience. And once they get in class, because a lot of people may not know how to audition, they may not know how to do any of it, monologues, anything. So we kind of like once they get in class, we just show them. So just like how we are right here, is how we do it. And I'm gonna tell you, so after The Wire, I went on and did a lot of different shows. So after the pandemic, during the pandemic, everything went virtual, even including auditions. And so casting directors, this is how we audition. But honestly, this is how we've been auditioning for years. So when we used to go into the room, the casting director would record us and send our tapes to the producers. Now we doing it ourselves. So now instead of like going into the room, going into the casting office, we tape ourselves right here and send it off. So it's kind of like the same thing. So but this is how we audition now. So like I said, after The Wire, I did a show called BMF, Black Lightning, The Wonder Years, Law and Order, FBI Most Wanted. What else did I do? But all of these auditions were right how I am right now. I had to do the audition like this and send it off, and this is how I booked the job.
Wow.
Do you find it's more difficult to do a virtual audition? Because it's almost like, is there a sense of like might be a little awkward because you're not directly in front of them, whereas like if you're in person, you can kind of like see their face, like react in real time. Is there like sort of adjustments that a lot of actors have to make in their process when it's virtual?
Well, it's different. It definitely is. Like so before the pandemic, I had that mindset too. I was like, I need to be in front of the person. I need to see my actors right here. And once the pandemic hit, I had to refocus my mind and understanding it's a new thing. And prior to the pandemic, a few of my friends are acting coaches too. So they would say, hey, you need to do online classes. And I'm like, man, nah, I'd rather do it in front of in front of me. I'm in front of them. I'm giving their notes. But it was a process. I had to readjust. I had to relearn how to do it and everything. And now, man, I'll enjoy it. I really enjoy doing self-tape auditions.
It's probably a lot easier too, because you have so many different people from all over the country. Like you said, you don't have to be directly where your school is located. You probably do you have like students just like from New York or California? And,
yeah, they're all over the place. I mean, just like this, just like how we are. Like, I'm not sure where you all are located, but the fact that we could be right here all together
and there's four of us
virtual interview. We're all in our homes. Mm-hmm. and just like with this, like we had to readjust to this style, you know.
I have a friend that does a podcast in New York, and he like refuses to, and he's like, and he could get like, he got yes for interviews, but he refuses to do Zoom. Like he's like, no, in person. I'm like, you got to get with the times, man. I was like,
man, I was the same way for a while, you know, and like you say, you got to get with the times, and that's how I had to kind of change and learn. And every day you learn. See, that's the thing with this industry; it changes all the time. Mm-hmm. You know, now we're looking at AI type stuff. You know, people we're not even. They have faceless content. Mm-hmm. You know, all types of stuff now.
Yep.
It's really creepy now with all the AI. I even saw they had an AI actress that was created.
Right.
She's booking roles too.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? So it's like everything changes and grows, and you just have to keep learning. You never get stagnant to where you're like, okay, I know everything. And even for me, like I still take classes. I read like if you can see, I have like a ton of books over here, just different acting books, and different types of acting too, like voiceover. Acting management, like all types of stuff. So you just got to keep learning.
Hey, Nakia, I wonder if you ever bumped into a cousin of mine in the industry, Gary Perez. I know he has a theater here in New York and stuff. But he was like on The Sopranos and stuff. You guys might have not crossed paths, but I thought maybe in the theater world too, you know, with the acting theaters.
I see his face, you know. But I do meet a lot of different people, and but yeah, man, you know, Gary Perez. I'm gonna have to really check him out.
Yeah, Kim, like we mentioned, you've been in a bunch of stuff, from TV to theater to movies and stuff. What's the project you are most proud of all the projects you've been a part of? Like, what is the project you're most proud of in your filmography?
Well, let me see. The Wire is definitely one. That actually started my now before I did The Wire, I did a lot of theater. Mm-hmm. And I was doing a lot of independent films and things like that. And like in Kamal's interview, he talked about his mother. You know, she was his manager. It was called Imani Associates, and I was part of that too.
Okay.
So shout out to Miss Vicky. But it just started my path, and so when I did The Wire, I was extremely excited. That was my first SAG job, Screen Actors Guild job, man. I was over the moon. But after that, I was in Law Abiding Citizen, like working with.
Really?
Yep. Don't blink.
That's a great movie. I think I missed that on your ID. It was so much. I mean, like it was so many movies and stuff. That is one of my favorite slept on movies. Like I love that movie. Jesse and Jack. I don't know if y'all have ever seen that movie. Law Abiding Citizen.
I haven't, but I know Jamie Foxx and Gerard Butler in it, right?
Yeah.
Phenomenal. That's a phenomenal movie.
Yeah. Like I said, don't blink. But I did that. That was amazing. But some of the films, like I did the movie Split. That was
I saw that.
That was great.
But like The Wonder Years was a fun time, man. Like that was one of the TV shows that I really loved. The fact that they just made it very human. You know, it wasn't like everybody was cooking crack in the kitchen for breakfast. You know what I mean? So
character oriented, and it really was like it was wholesome. I love
and that's what I loved about it. It was very wholesome. It was just kids, just being kids, you know. And
were you on Shameless? Or is that somebody else's?
No, I wasn't on Shameless, but let me see what else. Working on BMF was cool. So honestly, man,
yeah, there was a few Wire actors too that I know Trey Shaney, JD Williams, they went to BMF
Trey.
also.
So did you know?
Did you know
Hector.
Did you know the Big Meech story and stuff before shooting BMF?
Not fully. Like honestly, like if it wasn't for what's the rapper name? Rick Ross.
Oh, Rick Ross. Oh, okay.
He would always be, in his verse, they say I'm Big Meech.
Oh, the song. Yeah.
So it was like I heard his name like that. It wasn't like I was like, oh man, like all up on it.
Yeah.
But then when I got the job of on BMF, I did watch the season, so I was very excited part of that.
It's dramatized a lot in the BMF stuff. A lot of that stuff is true, but a lot of it is dramatized. But his story, Jesse, I don't know if y'all know the full Big Meech story, but
I'm kind of caught up on it.
Yeah, when they booked him, he was they took almost $250 million in assets. That's what the Feds seized from him. That's how big this organization was. It was like almost $300 million worth of assets that the Fed seized. Like it's a crazy story, it's a crazy story, But I don't think Big Meech and his brother were in Mexico in a real shootout with the cartel, like this past season. I don't think that happened. I wasn't there.
And that'll bring us back to The Wire. That's why, The Wire has remained one of my favorite shows, because if it never got too dramatized for like everything was super realistic. It was almost like watching a documentary in some sense.
We shot. We were really on those streets. Like it was a time when like the police officers, like they had to wear like a bag. The actors, like they had to wear like a bag over their uniform because they might get harassed or even shot. You know what I mean? When we were shooting The Wire, yeah. So I was undercover, so I was cool. But all the cops, they all had bags over them. They would walk around with trash bags with their arms out.
Wow.
And it just speaks to, like we've talked about it a few times on some of our episodes, just the relationship between law enforcement in Baltimore and the actual civilians. Nakia, I don't know if you're familiar with We Own This City, the show, but it touches on just how corrupt some of the cops were and just how they treated some of the civilians in Baltimore, and that hate for the police. Like it's showcased in that show as to the why, it really is like, man, they treated these civilians like shit, I mean, it was framing people, putting charges on people, like stealing from civilians. They were ruining people's lives out there in Baltimore. Like it's a crazy situation. Jack, I know you haven't seen We Own This City, Jack, but when you watch it, you'll see like it touches on some stuff that The Wire didn't even touch on in terms of just how corrupt these cops were and what they were literally tearing down the city of Baltimore. Like it's a crazy story, So
yeah. And it's like art imitating life and showing how people. It's basically like holding a mirror up to people. Showing them history, showing them how things are, and it's crazy because there's many shows that we have about the police, it's still going on. It's crazy. Like if I was the police right now and I see like it's just the history of how police treat people and things like that, I wouldn't continue that.
Right.
It's weird. It's crazy how they still you like I was not too long ago, I was like harassed by a cop, and I was coming from church.
Wow.
I'm coming from church. It's raining, right? The cop pulls me over in the rain. When he walked up to the car, Now, all I did was, okay, it was cars coming. I turned to get off, go up the street or whatever. Okay, now, if that was an offense or whatever, tell me what I did wrong and keep it stepping, or let me go. He chose to pull me over, get out the car. It was like looking at the devil, man. And this was a black guy. Mm-hmm. He got out the car, was so angry.
Mm-hmm.
And I gave him my license, all of that. And he gave me my license back, but instead of giving it to me, he put it like under my nose.
What?
Oh, exactly.
And
where was it?
No matter
what,
but
was
it's like
Philly?
This was in Philly. Yeah, this was in Philly, man.
It's horrible having that happen no matter who, but also it's like just talking to you seem like you're the nicest person in the world. I can't imagine.
Like I said, I'm coming from church. I went to a play. It was one of my students in a play. I went to go see the play.
You know what, Nakia? We can speak on this. This is a podcast. We're very open. We're very honest. We're really having no filter here on our channel. You can look at it on both sides and be like, man, there are some cops. You don't appreciate what the cops done. What they do. You can salute them and say thank you for your service and serving the community on the one side. But then on the other side, there are cops in situations like you just mentioned, because like, what did I do to get all of this attitude from you? I didn't do nothing. Like what? Exactly. So it just speaks to, you have to look at it like, well, I know for a fact I didn't do anything wrong. It's just this person's energy. Right. For whatever reason, whatever situations led them to being a cop and being a nasty, evil cop, that's got nothing to do with you. It ain't nothing that you could have done.
Right.
Different. Like you said, I'm leaving church. I'm leaving a play on a Sunday. Like, I'm not even. What about the Sunday truths? You should have asked them, have you ever seen The Wire? What about the Sunday truths, man? Come on now.
That man sparked those.
That's crazy. That just means he's harboring that energy for no reason. Whoever I can take this energy out of I'm going to.
It's like Officer Lambert.
That's so disrespectful. Like, what did I do to deserve that type of treatment for taking a turn? Like, that's not even a turn. Exactly. It doesn't even line up, man. So you just have to. It's just certain people that they're not gonna change, even if you're completely doing nothing wrong. I have to give you this energy because I think I'm doing my job as a super brash, over aggressive cop. That's what I'm supposed to do.
Exactly.
Well, it's the thing. It's like Officer Colicchio, in season 3 and season 4. And one thing that The Wire does great is it shows how a lot of cops have that sort of us versus them mentality and that militarization of the police, rather than having the police protect and serve the community, kind of like McNulty, and there's that constant like conflict. And your character, of course, worked with Sergeant Carver, and Carver kind of had to navigate that field of like, how do I rein in some cops that feel like they have to attack people? Because your story that you talked is kind of similar to Officer Colicchio pulling that guy out of the car.
Oh,
that's the exact situation.
For beeping at him. Yeah, that's right.
He was a teacher. Like, the person he pulled out the car, he was a teacher trying to get to the after school program. Like, I don't want no smoke with y'all. I'm just trying to get to this after school program on time, Right. And Colicchio snapped. Like, he snapped.
I'm glad The Wire showed us cops like that, like Colicchio and
Officer Walker.
Like definitely showed that. But Nakia, what you worked with Carver and Coven, right? What's that?
With Herc. Yeah, I'm sorry. Carver.
Herc, but Bunny Coven, right? The actor who played Coven weren't you in the scene with him?
Scenes, no.
Oh, you weren't. Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, when you get on set, just like Kamal was saying, like, it was just him and McNulty. So when I worked, the days that I came on set, I just really was outside. I never was inside at all. So I just really worked with Carver and Herc. Okay.
Can you tell us any stories about them or working with them?
Well, Carver, he was an amazing actor. That was one thing I could say. Like, when he when he did his scenes, it was like I was acting doing my thing, but I had to look at him like, wow, goddamn. Like this boy is going off, and so it just like being on these sets, man, and just like just seeing these amazing actors like doing it like in their element, man. It's just such a honor to be there. Mm-hmm. I was just blessed to just be a part of that whole world. Like when I landed that job, in the first day we were there, it was a day when he was standing on the car yelling at the houses. Man, he was killing it every time, every take, man. He was just killing it.
It seemed like every season with Carver, like he's a great example of character arcing, because it seems like every season he was elevating his impact in the show, just his acting, even that scene, like you just mentioned, season 3, that's the first episode of season 3, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when they're chasing them and he's like, you don't get to win shit, bird, we do. And that's such a great scene, him on top of the car, like,
man.
Carver, he's a phenomenal actor. He
really is, man.
But both of them are, Herc Dominic. I can't pronounce his last
name.
Lambert. Okay, Lambert. He's I've seen him in King of Tulsa lately, and he's just like he's such a he did like a one-off on Entourage, and he just has this he carries all the Wire actors, I think, carry this like charm with them, this command of the screen kind of.
He was in We Own the City too, Jesse. I don't know if you remember that, but he had a small scene as the he's like the union president that and he's speaking about the murders after the Freddie Gray situation, and he's pretty much like, my cops, they're scared of the police a little bit, kind of thing. It's a great scene. We break it down, you'll see it. But he's in We Own the City like for one scene. But
now, Nakia, I want to ask you. You said you auditioned for a few different characters. Mm-hmm. Was there a character you were hoping to get, and like you were like, this is the character I want more than any of them?
Well, truthfully, man, I just wanted to be on the show. I didn't care who it was. Like going, at those times. Like the roles that everyone got was for them, Mm-hmm. Like I auditioned for Marlo, I auditioned for Slim Charles, a couple other roles too, but those ones stood out. And I did a movie called Night Catches Us, and Jamie Hector was in that. And, that one. When I say, man, like Jamie Hector is such an amazing dude. Like just all around, from how he has a organization too called Moving Mountains. He works with youth in the community, and he's just a great guy. When I first met him, we were working together on like I said, on the film Night Catches Us, but we just clicked, man. Like his energy. Like I work with youth as well, and so we were just, jumping on the conversation of that. And then he invited me up to New York, where his organization is, and just to see everything that he was doing, and everybody was amazing. But so like I said, I auditioned for Marlo, Slim Charles, and Anwan is a great guy too. Mm-hmm. He has a music group called the Backstreet. It's like a go-go band, man. These guys be rocking, man.
That's awesome.
Just speaking of Jamie, it seems like he was such a ruthless actor on The Wire, but everything that I've seen him outside of The Wire, it seems like he just might be just the chillest person outside of like it seems like his natural demeanor, even in The Wire, he rarely raised his voice. Like he raised his voice once, like in The Wire when they were in jail. It doesn't seem like, I don't know. He seems like he's very chill in person. Like,
but he does have that. He does have that intimidation to him. I saw like I don't know if you guys ever saw this clip, Nakia. Maybe you may have. I don't know. Him and Sandra will walking together, and like somebody just walks up with them on the camera, and Jamie's like, "You got a card?" Yeah, like, and he just says it all smooth, but pretty much he's saying, "Yo, leave me alone, and maybe I'll give you a call."
Yeah.
Like he just but he just does it such in a Marlo-esque way that I was like, all right, this guy's like, this guy was built for Marlo though. There's something in there that
he was built for that, and that's why I say, man, like everybody, the roles that they got, man, it was for them. So when I auditioned for The Wire, I was leaving out in the what was her name? Her name just slipped my mind. It was the casting director for The Wire.
Pat Moran.
Yes, Pat Moran. Yes. So I was leaving. So I did my audition. I was rolling out, and they said, "Hey, Nakia, you mind reading for this cop?" And I said, "Sure." So I literally, had to sit there, learn the lines real quick, and then come back in. And David Simon was in the room. It was a bunch of cats behind the desk, and I was on my way back to Philly, and I got the call that I booked Officer Lambert.
Damn.
And I was, man, you talking about like praising God and just like, just this, because I literally, that was my first SAG job.
Damn. Like
I've been working so hard to try to get into the union, and that was my doorway into that. Now, what I'm gonna tell you, I didn't have that. Now, the money part, I didn't have.
I've heard that those stories for sure.
Man, it was a struggle, man. I'm trying to tell you, but God is good, man. So
you have to work like odd jobs while you were looking for that, or like did you have any part-time jobs that you were doing while you were working to stay afloat at the time?
Yeah, definitely, man. I was honestly, man, when I look back, I don't know how I did this. Like, how did I go back and forth and do audition? I had a full-time job at the time.
Damn.
What were you doing?
I used to work at the convention center here in Philly. I was working there. And I had every disease known to man as an actor. I had COVID before COVID.
Damn.
Man, I was old. It was like, dang, you sick again? I'm at an audition. Man, I can't. I'm getting on a callback. Like, that's why I say I don't know how I did it, because I would have callbacks in the middle of the day. I remember when they would send me up to New York, I used to drive the van and pick up like equipment at the convention center. They would do like car shows and all these different. So I would have to go back and forth, drop off rentals and of like big screens. So I have a car full of screens and projectors, and I'm parked somewhere in New York, running to a callback.
Oh wow! Oh
Yeah.
no, you really believe like, hey, this is what I want to do. You really had a passion for it. I mean, it's obvious by your filmography and stuff. Like, you really enjoy this craft. Like that.
Yeah,
that's impressive, man. That's really impressive.
Yeah, this was always number one. Like, any job I had or whatever I did, acting was number one.
Beautiful.
So it, yeah, and it's truly been a blessing, man.
And Nakia, let me ask you this, because we asked Maestro on our last interview, kind of, because he told us he started as a youth into acting. What kind of gave you the thought, like, you know what, this is what I want to do forever? Or, because I mean, you're still in it. You're still. Yeah. I saw you have some upcoming projects coming up. We'll speak on that soon. Like, what made you feel like, you know what, I want to be an actor and I want to dedicate my time, my life, no matter what, to get into acting? Like, where did the love for it, the interest of it, where did that come from?
You know what? It's crazy, because I was a really shy child. I'm an only child too. Okay. So I didn't have brothers and sisters like that. I had a half brother, but I didn't really like see him like that. So I was pretty much like, by myself. So I would read and watch TV, and it was the Cosby Show, watching the Cosby Show, seeing Theo,
Rest his soul too, man.
Yeah, Malcolm Jamal Warner. and I just felt like I could be one of his friends or whatever it was. So it was like seeing it there. But then I went to an acting school and just seeing the other children. Now, I'm going to tell you my experience with going to the acting school. One of the reasons why I don't do auditions at my school is because literally I could have not was accepted into this school because they sent me a monologue. And I thought I was good. I thought I was good with it. But when I got in front of people, man, all the words left me. Everything. So I'm standing there like looking crazy. And I don't know I don't know if it was just a good day for them that they accepted me. I don't know if it was my mother standing behind me flashing dollar bills. I don't know what it was. Or they just had a shortage of boys and really needed some boys. But I got in, and when I got in, man, it just changed my life. I was hollered at a lot because I spoke real low, so I had learned to use my diaphragm and speak. So it was a whole process that I went through, but all the way through it, I kept the one vision of seeing me on a stage, on a TV, or just doing it. And I didn't know where it was, but I knew it was in there somewhere. So that was a journey, but that was really what inspired me was like watching the Cosby Show, seeing that, and I just kind of held on to that vision, and now it's crazy, man. Like I coached, I did dialect coaching for Idris Elba. Now, like I said, when we're on a set, we don't see each other. Everybody's attached, but you don't cross paths at all. So, like working with him was amazing. Just being in those positions, I coached a few different people, man.
You helped him on The Wire?
Not on The Wire.
Oh, okay, something else. Okay.
It was a film called Concrete Cowboys, and it's on Netflix. It's on I think you can watch it on Netflix. Caleb from Stranger Things is also in it. Method Man is in it.
Okay.
It was a great time, man. But like I said, everybody that I've ever crossed paths with that was on The Wire, amazing people, amazing humans.
We get that a lot from our interviewees. A lot of people spoke very, very highly of Michael K. Williams. A lot of people hold him very, very, very close to heart. When they speak on it, like a lot of our interviewees, they'll tell us like, hey, we talked, but they won't reveal exactly what they talked about. Like they hold him very, very close to heart. Did you have any interactions with him ever, or did you ever get to even see him like on set and stuff?
Nope. It's crazy because we have the same acting coach, right?
Wow. Okay.
And so one day I was doing a commercial like down the street from my acting coach, and I was like, hey, I'm right in your area, and he was like, oh yeah, you should come by. So when I came over, he said, hey, did you see Mike? And I was like, no, nobody was here. He said he had just left. He literally just left my studio.
Yeah.
And so I literally just missed him like that. Like if I would have been there like 5 minutes earlier, I would have crossed paths and met him.
So we had Chris Clanton on, right? And who played Savino, and he had a season 5, and he's Omar catches him, what they call you, and then he kills him. And then Chris was telling us that Mike, he knew that it was his last day of shooting. Wow. So he wanted to let the moment last a little. So he was fumbling the gun and killing time on the camera just so Chris could enjoy it, And and the director just had to say, knock it off already. But he was like, so we hear stuff like that with Michael. The fact that he just found Felicia and at a club and just said, come into this acting world is
amazing
to me.
Like they were I never met him, but just the stories that I've heard about him, And he was very close to Jamie, and so I have just Jamie and I have the same manager.
Mm-hmm.
She would just tell me stories about him and how great of a guy. Even our acting coach, he would say a lot of great things about him and just his heart, just how hard he goes. And that's the thing. Like a lot of the actors that were on The Wire, what I loved about The Wire was you didn't know anyone. It wasn't star pushed.
Nope.
It was just like talent pushed.
Yep.
And that's what I loved about it. And I tell people that all the time, because a lot of times people are so caught up with celebrity, and they're like, oh, we need this amount of we need this. All you need is a good story.
Absolutely.
The Wire was a great story, and everybody that was a part of The Wire did their part. They did exactly what the character needed and more. And these were people that you did not know. And that's what I tell people that all the time, different producers that I work with, because I help produce a lot of different projects and cast. So like with my acting school, I get a lot of work for my students through different relationships that I have. And like when I was working on House of Cards, I was cool with the casting director, and she knew I had a school. So she would hit me up like, hey, we got a really big scene today. We need a lot of extra.
Now, sorry, you're hearing my dog in the background. So yeah, that's a great point you made about the different how there wasn't really star power based, because now it seems like every show on Apple has like, starring Brad Pitt or Vince Vaughn or whatever, and it's like, you're right, The Wire was just mainly like, let's get people that really just fit this role, no matter who it was.
Right.
And it's like what's the story is always kind of center. It's more just about the characters.
Right.
You work with like a lot of like huge directors too, Peter Jackson, M. Night Shyamalan, Gary Gray. Is there like specific qualities you look for in a director when you're trying to work with them? Like, did you find that they were like good to work with as an actor?
Yeah, they all actually were. I've been really blessed just to be able to be in their presence. Peter Jackson was amazing. M. Night was awesome. Really cool guy. I honestly, I've never really had an issue with any of the directors that I've kind of worked with. Like I've learned something from each one. Just watching how they work, how they work with their crew and cast, how they speak to each other. Now, like being a part of the union is very separate. Like a lot of times when you have non-union, you have union. So a lot of times things are separated up, and I was working on a film called, what was the show? The name of it slipped my mind, but the director of that was, he just kind of came in the room and was like, look, there's no, I'm not doing that separated stuff here, non-union, union, like we're all one. We're all here to make this film. So, I don't want to make you all feel less than just because you're non-union or you're union or whatever. And it was just like such a family vibe. And like I said, like, so different directors have different viewpoints, but all of them has been like gold. They all treat everybody with a human presence. They listen to the people. So it was cool. Like, so I haven't really had a bad experience. It's so far as like looking for different things. I would just say in my path and in my journey, I just haven't really had like a director that was like weird. You know what I mean?
Have you ever thought about directing or like working, sort of like making your own thing? Or
yeah, actually I do. I've directed a few short films. I've done some things with my students, and Kamal actually. We did a few short pieces together, and like Kamal is a great editor. filmmaker. Like he's done a few things for his students.
Because he told us he does one every year. I think he puts out a short film every year or something. Yeah.
Yeah, he does great work too. So and sometimes as an actor too, you just have to learn everything, like learn different aspects of the industry, because if you think it's just about acting, you'll always be waiting to be validated. So you have to kind of like, take it upon yourself and write the story, or if you can't write, have a friend that can write, or somebody that can do the things that you can't do, and then just put it all in the pot and go ahead and get busy, but
And Nakia, for like any of your upcoming projects, I just want to say before I forget to tell you, please send it to Jesse. Like, if you have any like your school stuff, any links where people can connect with you, send it to Jesse. And when we do our uploads and our videos, we'll put it in the description so people can reach out to you. People that are interested in maybe joining your school, just send that stuff to Jesse. And when we do our uploads, I'll put it in the description so people can click on it straight from YouTube and they can reach out to you. So just send that stuff to Jesse.
How does somebody join your class if you want to let us know right now? How can somebody interested? Yeah.
Just on the website, it's Aikan, is aikanacts.info. You can sign up, and we started age 7 through adult. Like my oldest student is 77.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and just had somebody sign up that was close to 80 the other day.
But you know what? I bet you that's not that uncommon, because that sounds like a bucket list thing, right? Like if you're like getting older and you're like, man, I want to act. I want to just give it a try. I'm about to. I bet you. I think it's more.
It's never too late to follow your passion.
That's true.
What's that?
Like it's never even follow your passion.
Oh yeah. I feel like, and if you're 30 or you're 40, it's probably a little more uncommon than when you're older. It's just, Nakia, am I correct on that? Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of people think that, okay, I missed my door, because I'm older or whatever. But when you watch TV, you see all types of people.
Right, that's true.
Look at Morgan Freeman. You look at different people like that. They work all the time. Danny DeVito, all types of.
Samuel L. Jackson was like 46 when he got his first movie role in Coming to America.
Right, right, exactly. Like I was in my late 30s, I want to say, when I or maybe mid 30s when I landed The Wire. I have a birthday coming up October 30th.
Wow! Happy early birthday!
Thanks, y'all. Yeah, and today is my mother's birthday.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday to Mama Dillard.
Yeah, Mama Dillard. Yep.
I was
getting her.
So yeah, man. So I tell people all the time, like when you look at a TV show, it's all ages, but the only person that stops you is you. You tell yourself, "Oh, I'm too fat. I'm too young. I'm too." Okay, but did they tell you that? Did you hear that from a film project that told you was too old?
Yeah.
You tell yourself that. Like I was talking to somebody last night, and it was like, "Oh, I want to act, but I gotta get in the gym. I gotta do."
Yeah.
Man, look, when I did the Wonder Years, man, I was fat as hell, man.
And you know what, Nikki? It's funny you say that. There's a show, and we haven't talked about it, y'all, either. It's a show that came on Stars. I don't know if any of y'all have ever seen it, called Hightown. Okay, it's a show about this.
That's a great show. Cop. I just finished that.
Oh man, I'm glad you saw it, Jesse.
Leland, are you going to talk about Louis Guzman?
I'm about to talk about Osito, who's the big. I don't know if that's his. I don't know if that's his real name, but Osito was like 450 pounds in Hightown. He was the main bad guy at first. And I mean, he did. I remember watching it when I first started Hightown. I remember thinking like, I'm the president of the Big Guy Club, but I remember looking on screen thinking like, damn, Osito is a really big guy, but he was acting his behind off. Like it was. It didn't stop. It didn't stop anything. He was running on set, stuff like that. So I'm glad you said that for anybody who's an aspiring actor who might think that they're out of shape or they can't do it, you know, I promise you can. Because watching that with him, I remember thinking, damn, he's the main character in the show. He's at least 425 pounds, you know,
exactly.
At least, and was acting his behind off, you know.
See, man,
so
that's what I'm saying. And old, even the woman that was in Black Panther, you know, she was in her like close to 80 something or whatever it was, but she wasn't acting for a while, and she had got the audition. She wasn't going to do it because she was like, I'm not auditioning for no cartoon. Her grandson was like, oh, hey, grandma, you know, it's a good cartoon or whatever. Booked it and booked $1 billion film.
Damn.
Now, what I think is better because it's like you want to see people that you can relate to. Most people don't have, you know, incredibly you know, model good looks. So it's like you want to see people that are more relatable. You know, I think that's one of the things about The Wire or other shows like that is it feels kind of authentic and it feels like these are real people and not actors, you know.
Exactly. And that's what they want to see. Like, you know, like they would hire a lot of people from New York because, you know, on our side, the East Coast, you know, people have weathered looking faces. Like they look like they may have been through some things. And then you have LA where they're all polished and sun tanned up, you know. You know, so they would hire a lot of people from New York because they needed like character looks, you know,
certain look.
Right.
Now, are you a huge like Wire fan after being on The Wire? Like, have you rewatched it? Like, I know you're a busy person. I don't know like how how much you've actually said and rewatched it and broke down, you know, The Wire. But like, are you a Wire fan years later? Like, have you ever rewatched it since? Or
I've rewatched a few. Now I'm gonna tell you, I haven't gotten through his years. I haven't got through the whole thing yet.
Okay.
I'm still trying to get through it, but I love all of the seasons. I've like I'm cool with a lot of different ones. Like I talked to Julito the other day.
Yeah, he was just in a car accident a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
man. Blessings to Julito, man. I know Jesse sent him our prayers. We were praying for you, my boy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's just crazy. You know, I talked to Jamie Hector. You know, I talked to Anwan Glover,
Slim Charles.
Slim Charles, Kamal. You know, Brian. Y'all may have to get Brian Anthony Wilson on here, and also Chris Mann. So these are good friends of mine.
Okay.
Wire. Keith Ballard, also another actors from Philly. Teef Lanier. They all were a part of The Wire. And it's a lot of Philly in The Wire.
Yeah, it is. No, it definitely is. Only reason I asked you that, Nakia, I wanted to know, like, and I like to ask all of our interviewees this, like, do you think The Wire is the best show ever? And like, what shows are you watching in 2025 that keep your because I mean, like I said, you're a busy man. Like, you got projects coming, you doing teaching, you doing acting. Like, do you even have time to digest a new show? Like, what do you watch? And do you think The Wire is the best show ever?
I do think The Wire is the best show. Like when I watch a lot of the episodes, I got like, even when I rewatch it, I learn something new or I see something like, wow, I didn't even notice that before.
Yep.
I still have, like I said, to get through it, but I just looking at like a lot of the clips, I'm always like, dang, I need to sit down and really watch.
A lot of information. It's it's very like thick, you know.
Right. And right. Jackie usually says this to our interviewees, you know, or you could just watch Wiretapped Truths. You know, we're gonna break down. We're gonna break down everything you think you missed. Okay.
Right.
It's our shameless plug. We gotta, you know, we gotta put it in there. It's great though.
What were you saying, Jack? Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say it's great though that you guys have this like such a close relationship, and it seemed like everything was so positive on set, you know, because you hear about certain shows, they had some like, you know, weird stuff going on behind the scenes, but it just seemed like The Wire is like this very like this great wholesome relationship. And a lot of the younger actors we talked to kind of talked about David Simon and Ed Burns acting as sort of like a mentor figure Did you did you have a lot of interaction with David on set?
No, I didn't have really any interaction. I don't even know if he was there the days I was there. Like sometimes like they have a thing called Video Village. You may not, like, they're on the side somewhere, and you don't even know who's under that tent, you know. But yeah, no, I rarely saw him, but that's great that, you know, a lot of the young actors were inspired by him too, because it takes a village, man. It really, you know, this industry can be very tough, and but the more people that you can actually ask a question to, and get some inspiration or see their work, you know, being on set with all these amazing actors, I'm sure like that just lit fires in a lot of the actors that were around them. But yeah, man, no, I didn't get a chance to really kick it with them like that. But I was just grateful to just be there, man, just to have The Wire on my resume. You know, so
oh yeah. And it's like, it's such a on set, you know, because I did a few like background acting roles back in the day, and I remember I was in an episode of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and there's like hundreds of people everywhere, like whether not just in front of the camera, just like costume designers, and it's just like, it's just hectic. Was it kind of the same thing?
Yep. It's like, okay, you see us four on the set, but there's a billion people behind the camera, you know, everywhere. Like billion craft service people. It's like, damn, they bring you a sandwich. You still got a sandwich hanging off your lip. But yeah, man, it was just it was awesome, man. I mean, it was fun, but like you said, it's a lot of people that make one project happen. That's why I say it takes a village. It takes people with like-minded energy. But I love it though. I really do. And like right now, I'm actually doing like 4 films right now.
Oh wow.
So I just came back from Atlanta. I did a horror film.
That's where I'm at, Nakia.
Oh, you're down there? I'm gonna be back down there in the middle of October, so maybe we can link.
Yeah, for sure. Just let me know. I'll get you my information through Jesse. And we can link. You tell me where you're at. I'll pull up on you. We can go maybe somewhere for lunch. Coffee. I'll come support what you're doing for sure.
Yeah, guys. Sorry about that. My son has a Zoom class. He wants to hang out last night and
on a Sunday,
not wake up in the morning. It's
class on a Sunday morning.
It's not for a driver license. It's for driver's license.
Nice. How old is he?
17. So
nice, man. Nice.
He wants to hang out with his friends till like 12 last night. So and I'm texting him.
Good, man. Good stuff. Jesse, Jack, did y'all have any questions before we close out?
Well, there's just a couple things I wanted to say. I didn't get a chance to. So me and Jamie actually have the same birthday, October 7th, on Tuesday.
Man. Wow, yeah, yep. I got to call today on. Yeah, I got to hit him up.
Yeah. Tell him happy birthday from me also.
Oh, definitely, man, definitely.
If you could plug in a word for the show, and
definitely. Matter of fact, what I'll do is I'll send him this episode. You know,
oh, cool.
I'll have it up probably Monday morning.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, Nakia, what are the names of the movies that you just mentioned that are coming out? I'd love to check them out.
All right. Well,
I don't know if it's not like allowed or.
Oh no, it's fine. These are like independent films, so it's cool. They need all the love they can get. So one I just wrapped on is called The Accomplice. It should hopefully be out by November.
Okay.
I'll keep you all posted on that.
Yep.
Then I'm doing a film in like this the Family Story. That's a horror film, and that should be out soon. That's a short. I have another film called Painted and Tainted, and I'm shooting that with Ella Joyce from the show The Rock.
Okay.
Remember Rock with names are slipping me right now.
The movie with Sean Connery.
The movie with Sean Connery?
No. The TV show.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It was the black couple. he was a garbage man.
Oh yeah, Charles S. Dutton.
Yes,
Right?
Charles S. Dutton. Yep. So his wife, Ella Joyce, we're doing a film together. And what else I got going on?
That's 3.
Yeah, that's 3. What's the other one? I think I shoot that in November or sometime. Man, I can't think of that title. But what I can say, man, like throughout my journey, I literally do a film or 2 every month.
Wow.
Like every month I've been in like multiple projects, man.
Wow.
And so like I said, I do like big TV shows, I do independent, I do theater from time to time.
Yeah, you're very multi-talented in your acting for sure.
You got to thank God you're a working actor, right?
Yes, man. That's the thing. You know, I'm just so grateful. And I live in Philly. That's the other part. So it's not like I'm in the States where things are really, really popping. But I've been able to kind of keep my hand in the mix of something. And even with that, I'm still able to help other up and coming actors, you know, get their feet wet too.
Yep.
So so whether I'm working in front of the camera, I may be behind the camera, I might be in the casting department, I was in the art department for a couple films. So wherever I can get in, I just get in, you know. And that's the thing with actors, like they think it has to be in front of the camera all the time. Learn all of it, learn everything, because you never know where your door will take you, you know. So yeah, man, learn it all. Like when you look at a house, you got the front door, you got windows, you got the back door, you got the roof,
the framing, the structure, everything. You know, the septic, electric, you know.
Yep. So all those different entrances you can get in somewhere. You know, so that's how I look at life, man. You know, one door, one no don't stop you. You know, you just got to try a different way. You never know, man.
For sure.
Well, I gotta say, Nakia, I think it's just incredible what you're doing, and with especially, you know, with this acting class and just helping so many people like aspiring their dreams. I think that's just like really phenomenal.
Thank you, brother.
So, you know, thank you so much for, you know, taking the time out of your day to, you know, especially early on a Sunday morning.
Before church.
Yeah.
Thank y'all so much.
No problem, man. Like I said, Nakia, please give your information to Jesse.
Yes.
Upcoming projects, the link to your school, anything that we can plug, because we'll plug them in every episode. We'll put it in our description for every episode moving forward until we wrap up the entire podcast. We'll have your link in our description. So send that information to Jesse, upcoming projects, the school stuff, and we'll plug it. We appreciate your time so much. Thank you. It was a phenomenal interview, man.
Oh, man. Thank you. Y'all were awesome, man.
Thank you. And if you wouldn't mind, Nakia, can we get we ask all of our interviewees to get a please like, share, subscribe, comment, Wiretapped Truths. Can you say that for us so that I can use it for our little intro?
Oh, sure. So please subscribe, share, post, everything that Wiretapped Truth is going on, y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nakia.
We appreciate it, man. Nakia, like, get Jesse your information when you'll be in Atlanta. Just let me know. Let me know the dates, and we'll connect. I'll come to you. We can sit down 30 minutes. I'll come to set or whatever and come chop it up with you for sure.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man. That'd be real cool.
For sure.
And also, I'm gonna show y'all, like, I may have a way that can help you all. I have like affiliate programs with my school, and it could be a way that whoever signs up for my class through you all can make some money.
Okay. Yeah, that's love. Yeah, that you be essentially our first affiliate sponsor for Wiretapped Truths. There. Wow, we'll send all that information to Jesse, Nakia.
Yes,
he'll send it to me, and I'll plug it into all of our uploads and everything. So we'll make sure, because we got all of our interviewee stuff in our descriptions, you know. So we'll add you to the list. People can click on it straight from YouTube, and if we can get a special affiliate link too, Send that to Jesse. Yeah. And we'll make sure to plug it. So we definitely appreciate you. Thank you so much for taking time out on this Sunday morning before church. Please avoid the cops today after church when you get done with church. Okay. Please put your blinker on and make sure you turn in the right way. So, we appreciate it, man. Again, this has been a phenomenal interview. We appreciate the fans. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. Wiretapped Truths. We are signing off. Again, Nakia, thank you for your time. Blessings and success to you, man. Thank you.
Thank y'all. Same to y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you, man. We'll talk soon.
Yep. All right, y'all.
All right.
Peace,
Bye-bye.
y'all. See you soon.